Hello, welcome in the lecture of today. In this part, I will speak about European logo for organic products and the rules of use it in production in packed production. The regulation number 889 of 2008 in fact includes the implementation rules uh, based on Regulation 834 of 2007. Logo, the part that deals with logo and labeling is the Title 3 of this last regulation, so the Regulation 889 of 2008. However, I will not be concentrated only in this regulation. I will explain more even from the practical point of view, use of logo, EU logo, and the labeling. It's a photo of vegetables and different fruits, which from the note there, we understand that it is organic. However, we will speak further in detail to understand, but based on this photo, you can understand that in case of open products, and especially the primary ones, we don't when we don't do packaging, we cannot use it, we don't use the label, so the label and the logo. However, we will see further in detail in the cases when one logo and the labeling is used and when it is not used. So this lecture has two main points to be discussed: organic production logo of the European Union. In this lecture, I will be concentrating only on this. For sure, in the world is not only this. There are even logos of each country, each member country of European Union. But there are other logos too, like United States. We have USDA logo. And the second point is specific labeling requirements for feed. Here you have a link where you can download the Regulation 889 of 2008. However, just remember, bear in mind that this regulation is from 2008. It is amended different time. So especially the part related to European logo for organic production has changes, and it is not anymore the part which corresponds to the Title 3, the annex, which is the Annex 11. It is not anymore like it was when the Regulation 889 was approved in 2008. Here you have a general structure of Regulation 889 of 2008. As you see, there are 5 titles, 22 chapters, and 97 articles. However, in this lecture, we will not speak about all the titles because I have discussed for them in separated lectures. For example, there was an individual special lecture about Title 1 and Title 2, another lesson lecture in for Title 4, which deals with control, and a separate lecture for Title 5. So this is the title. Organic production logo of the European Union. By the way, the title 3 about labeling has 3 chapters and 6 articles. Let's start with chapter 1, Organic Production Logo of the European Union, with article 57. Organic logo of the EU, according to Regulation 889 of 2008, which is amended. In accordance with Article 25, paragraph 3 of Regulation 834 of 2007, the organic production logo of the European Union, and from this moment and later, I will call it organic logo of the EU, shall follow the model set out in Part A of Annex 11 to this regulation. However, I again want to stress, to repeat that the logo presented in Annex 11 of Regulation 889 of 2008, the logo that you see there is old, and this logo was replaced by logo published in Regulation 271 of 2010. Again, it is named Part A of Annex 11, but the content is different, and this is, as I said, object of a new regulation named Regulation 271 of 2010. However, you can find in this platform, I have uploaded the regulations that are important and related to the organic production, processing, labeling, and so on. This here down, you have the link where you can find it if you want to download yourself or for the future. Again, important to remember and to not confuse that Annex 11 of Regulation 889 of 2008 is replaced by the text set out as Annex 11 of Regulation 271 of 2010. About the logo, the idea that came to the logo or to the present logo, I'll try to show you here. Let me find the pointer. Okay, so this is the logo of organic production, or a EU logo of organic production. How you came out to this idea? Having the logo of European Union and the leaf that is the symbol of green, and then how to say, a mixing of them brings us to the idea of this logo. And here you have Annex 11, however. The new Annex 11, not the old Annex 11 that was in first published Regulation 889 in 2007. So there is the amended part, which refers to the Article 57 that I mentioned previously. So the organic logo of EU shall comply with the model that you see, or the image that you see here. And there are the reference colors, as you see. So there are some technical issues related to the color. However, the companies are allowed to use the version of, for example, when there is one color, black and white, and you look at it. So the organic logo of the EU can also be used in black and white as shown, only where it is not practicable to apply it in color. If the background color of the packaging or label is dark, the symbols may be used in negative format using the background color of the packaging as label. If a symbol is used in color on a colored background, which makes it difficult to see, a line outer or around the symbol can be used to improve contrast with the background colors. Continue to speak here about the logo, the conditions or rules that we have to respect when we plan a label and a label where we have to present the EU logo for organic production. Here I'm presenting these rules which belong to the Regulation 271 of 2010, which replaced one part of the Regulation 889 of 2008. So, regarding the logo, in certain specific situations where there are indications in a single color on the packaging, the organic logo of the EU may be used in the same color. Another indication in point 7 is about the size of the logo and especially the ratio between the weight and the width. So the minimum weight of the logo is 9 millimeters and the width is at least 13.5 millimeters. However, there are exceptional cases when the minimum size can be reduced to a weight of 6 millimeters for every small packages. So in case of very small packages. Important here is to speak about the ratio. The ratio always have to be respected, the ratio between weight and width, which shall be always 1 to 1.5. What else? The organic logo of the EU may be associated with graphical and textual elements referring to organic farming, under the condition that they do not modify or change the nature of the organic logo of the EU, nor any of the indication mentions at Article 58. When associated to national or private logos using a green color different from the reference color mentioned in point 2, the organic logo of the EU may be used in that non-reference color. The use of organic logo of the EU shall be in accordance with the rules accompanying its registration as organic farming collective mark in the Benelux office. So here it's speaking about the properties, who has the intellectual property of the EU logo. I want to stop here in some important information regarding the EU logo for organic production. The logo, the leaf one, was approved in July 2010, and from that time, this logo could be used. However, in order to help companies that probably have stamped the labels or have already packaged products, they had the right to use the logo and to keep it till 2012. So for a transition period from July 2010 till 2012 was possible to use both logos. Old or new depend on the fact if the product concerned was produced in accordance with the requirements of regulation 2092 of 91 or the regulation 834 of 2007 and 889 of 2008. Another information here, just to know it, that the first regulation, EU regulation about organic production, was approved in 2092 number 2092 in 91, in the time when in fact, European Union was not created yet. It was called European Community. And only in 2008, in 2007, this regulation was abrogated, and then the new regulation 834 entered in force. Now it's possible to be used only one logo. The old logo can be not used anymore. So the only logo that can be used now, there is the leaf one. Article 58 is about conditions for the use of the code number and place of origin. So except the logo, the EU logo for organic products, in the labeling, it is necessary to use other or to present other information in order to respect all the rules that are related to organic production, marketing, and labeling, according to the standards and regulation of EU countries or European Union, in fact. The indication of the code number of the control authority or control body refer to Article 24, Paragraph 1 of the Regulation 834 of 2007 shall start with the acronym identifying the member state or the third country as referred to the international standard for the two-letter, let me take the pointer, yes, so the standard for the two-letter country codes under ISO 3166, which are codes that for the presentation of names of countries and their subdivisions. Here you have an link. Let me show. Yeah. Oops. Here. Okay. So you can go to this link. I can download the list of the countries with their respective codes. In fact, there are different countries or the countries, each country has codes of 2 letters and 3 letters. In this case, by EU regulation, we can use the code number which is composed of only of 2 letters. The points B, C, D of Regulation 889 of 2008 are amended by Regulation 271 of 2010. Probably it is not important that you fix all this, so to fix by memory all these numbers and articles, but I see important to explain it because probably when you go to download the Regulation 889 of 2008, you will see that, for example, not everything corresponds with what I'm saying in this lecture and what we use in practice, because the regulation was amended. What I can say else, in the label, it's important to include a term which establishes a link with the organic production method as referred to Article 23, Paragraph 1 of Regulation 834 of 2007. This in accordance with Part B of Annex 11 to this regulation. Okay, let's see. Here you have a screenshot, in fact, of the page which refers to the country codes, ISO country codes. Um, okay, we have three codes here: first, second, and the third one. So this is a code with two letters. This is with three letters, and this is a numeric code. In fact, we are interested for this here. Okay, you have not these countries, all these countries here, because it is just a screenshot of the page, but it's just for illustration. So if you want to know the different codes for each country that you are interested, you can just click on the click on the link that I showed previously, and you then can search, can check, and find the country code that for the country that you are interested. For example, which country you see here? Okay, Albania. The two-letter code, ISO code, include is what else I have to include in the label? Include a reference number to be decided by the Commission or by the competent authority of the member states in accordance with Part B, paragraph 3 of Annex 11 to this regulation. And D, be placed in the same, it is important, so to be in the same visual field as the organic logo of the EU, where the organic logo of the EU is used in the labeling. And again, illustrating with Annex 11 about the code that I was speaking. So the country code of two letters, and then the code that is referring to organic production, which is with three letters, and other three letters that is referred to the code, which is in fact the code of certification body or control authority, which certifies the operator. And in this case, each operator will have its specific um, personalized code. So the general format of the code numbers is like here. This is the format where, explain again, AB is the ISO code as specified in Article 58 for the country where the control takes place. This here, CD, for sure will not be CD, it's just to show is a model, but it can be, for example, if we are in Italian language, for example, for organic, we can use the term bio. So it to country code it for Italy, and bio that is reference to the organic production. But each member state can decide its code for organic production. Can be except bio, can be eco or org or eco. So this is to establish a link with the organic production method as specified in Article 58 of this regulation. Continue the explanation. This is explanation about the numbers that come after the code, which is referring to the organic production. So this code is the reference number indicated in maximum 3 digits to be attributed as here saying specified in Article 58, paragraph 1. It can be so. Let's say the most common case is when it is dedicated to a certification body. So each member state's competent authority to the control authorities or control bodies to which they have delegated control tasks in accordance to other articles. So it is not so important to memorize it. But when it is regulation and has to be very precise. And B, the commission to the control authorities and control bodies and listed, which are listed in Annex 1 to that regulation. The third countries, competent authorities or control bodies, again referred to articles. Article, for example, 7, paragraph 2 of regulation 1235, which is called sometimes as the regulation which regulate the imports from third countries. The control authorities and control bodies referred again to another article, which is Article 10, paragraph 2 of the same regulation that I mentioned previously, and listed in Annex 4 to that regulation. Each member state's competent authority to the control authority or control body, which has been authorized until 31 December of 2012 for issuing the certificate of inspection in accordance with Article 19 of the regulation 1235 of 2008, so related to the import authorization. The Commission, in fact, has made code numbers available to the public by any appropriate technical means, including publication on the internet. In fact, it is there published in the internet. Let's speak a little about Organic Farming Information System, which shortly is OFIS. Exists already an organic farming information system which has the objective to inform the public, the operator, and other actors of the public. So if you go to the page, you will find three important sections: ingredient authorization, control authorities and control bodies in European Economic Area and Switzerland, control bodies and authorities for equivalence. Again, here you have a screenshot, and this is about control bodies and authorities from member states of the European Union. For example, let's see. I have done a screenshot, for example, for this part, starting from the beginning of the table, which is Austria. And the Austria, if we would check to the ISO standards for codes, country codes with 2 letters, the Austria has 80 the code of 2 digits or 2 letters, then bio, and the code 004 in fact is the code of this certification body or control authority, which is this time. And then you have here other information which a public or an operator or whoever is interested to see and to have. Okay. I want to explain something here. So even the certification body are all here from Austria, and the first 2 digits are always the same. The last one here are different because there are different codes which correspond to different certification bodies. So each certification body has its own code. Here I want to show that when somebody is interested to go further and to have more information about certification body of reference, like for example this first one, is just to click here and we'll have this let me information. So we'll have the name of certification body, we'll have the address, and we have telephone numbers. Another example, this is from Bulgaria. So in Bulgaria, according to ISO standard of 2 letters, country code letters, it is BG. And then when you have to put the code in the label, has to put this bio and then the number of certification body or the numeric code of certification body, which is, as I said, personalized for each of the certification bodies. We are still in the page of Organic Farming Information System, and this is the list of recognized control bodies and control authorities for the purpose of equivalence. So it's not only it's not for certification in new countries, but it is for certification of operators in other countries which are no new countries, but they have the equivalence with the EU regulation for organic production. Here you have some explanation. It's just the partly, you have not all the page here. You can check and can click in the internet to find it. This is just to have an idea. For example, with letters, there is a legend explaining what represent A, B, C, D, E, and F. And according to this, I want to, for example, to pay your attention, to attract your attention about products of group A, which are unprocessed plant products. B is for live animals and unprocessed animal products, and so on. D, for example, is for processed agriculture products for use as food. And F is vegetative propagating material and seeds for cultivation. Let's go in the other slide, in the next slide. Here I brought as an example one certification body, which is the name of the certification body is this here, which has the address in Thessaloniki in Greece. You have its website here, and here you have the code. For example, this certification body, one goes to certify, to control and certify in Albania, in the label of the production or the organic product has to be the code that shows the origin, the country of origin of the products, that is AL, Bio, and here you have 171. If you see, this certification body in the third countries have the same code, and this code is different from the code that the same certification body have for certification within European Union. So the operators that practice their activity within European Union. And you see what else information we can have. Remember that I mentioned the letters there, A, B, C, D, which is the category of products that this certification body can certify in these countries. And since we considered Albania, we can see that this certification body can certify in Albania the operators which produce plants, I mean agriculture, plants, and this was for, I remember, for processed foods, which is of plant origin. And the same we can say for other countries. However, let's see another example in the next slide. Okay, here I took BioAgriCert. BioAgriCert is an Italian certification body which has the address you see in Bologna in Italy. This is the again the website. And let's see, so AgriBioCert can certify in Albania according to the equivalency. And again, in this case, the operator can put in the label AL, so AL, Bio, and now look how the code changed. The code of certification body now is 132. And remember, the other Greek certification body that could certify in Albania has the number or the code number 171. And this code, this certification body have in all countries that are outside of the EU, so out of EU borders. Another case, I took another certification body, which is a private certification body. Shortly, it is CHERES, and it is in Germany. Here it is the website, and let's see, let's concentrate. Since we took the example of Albania, we have again AL, bio, and now we have the code 140. And this 140 code is in other, not only in Albania, there is in the other countries. So the products from all these countries that are certified from CERS and they are practicing their activity and producing outside of the EU, they, when certified, sorry, controlled and certified by CHERES, they will have this code, and this code is can help for transparency, because we can go check and see that this is a certification body, because there are certification bodies that can put their logo, but it is not obliged, can put their logo, and if the client are familiar with this, they know immediately. So in the label can be put, it is decided by the operator. So the operator can put the logo of the certification body to us. Sometimes it's very good for marketing. But what is obliged to do is to put these codes. And there's another data that I will explain later that is necessary to put in the label. Here, since I'm still in the office system, here is just to show you when you want to search for the ingredients. So this is gives information about ingredient authorization, but you can search different ingredients that are included in the list. And there are records about ingredients that are certified organic that can be found. When to use the organic logo? So the logo is compulsory for the most organic products and must be displayed according to a specific set of rules that I explained previously. This is to prevent consumer confusion, help maintain trust in organic food, and support the authorities in their inspection regimes. So we can do inspection easily and can arrive to the right information easily. The logo must be used by all pre-packaged EU food products produced and sold as organic within the EU. Additionally, the logo can optionally be used by imported products where the product conforms to the EU rules on the import of organic goods. So the products that are produced not in EU countries but which are conform to the EU rules and are certified. And in this case, this product imported is not obligatory to have the EU logo. And it can be used in no pre-packaged organic products. But here it is not obliged, it is optional, as in the case of imports. EU organic products placed on third country markets. So for example, if a product will be imported in Albania and will be sold as organic, the EU logo is obligatory to be there if the product is produced in new countries. As part of information campaigns intended to educate the public about the organic, so it can be used for campaigns. So as long as it's not misleading or used to imply that a non-organic product fulfills the requirements of an organic product. when the logo will not be used, is not allowed to be used. The logo cannot be used for products containing less than 95% of organic ingredients. What does it mean? That a product can have the logo, has the right, or the operator has the right to put the logo, EU logo, when its product contain at least 95% of a product which is organic. It can be 100% and then can be used again the logo, but as a minimum has to be 95%. If is less than 95%, even 94, then the logo, the EU logo, cannot be used, is not allowed to be used. The logo cannot be used for mass catering operations such as restaurants or hospitals. Will not be used for products not in the scope of organic rules such as cosmetics or products from hunting and fishing. Remember that cosmetics is not included in the EU regulation, so cannot be certified. They are not standard. The cosmetics has a voluntary standards, but remember, when the standards are voluntarily, the logo, EU logo, cannot be used. Or the hunting products, the products that come from hunting cannot be certified organic. So in this case, we cannot use, are not allowed to use the logo. Or we do fishing, but it can be used in aquaculture. So do not forget that. The logo is not allowed to be used in the products in conversion. So where organic methods have only just been introduced and there may be still the product is not organic. This lecture has not finished yet. For space reason, I have to stop here. And we will see, we'll listen to the next part of this lecture. Till next time, have a nice study, have a good time, and see you soon.